Hi, good morning everyone, it's Amanda from AJ's Allotment. Today is February the 20th. I'm just doing a very quick one. Those of you that have been following, my back's quite a bit better today. It's been 4 days since I injured it. I was a little bit stiff and stuff this morning, so I am relying on anti-inflammatories and painkillers, but I'm really frustrated. But what I wanted to quickly show you from the greenhouse today is the comparison with the sweet peas. So I'll turn you around and I'll show you what I mean. So from my previous videos, I've been sowing a lot of sweet peas, and initially the first ones I sowed were these ones here, and I did a soak the peas first experiment and a non-soak. So this 6 here were ones that were soaked, and the germination has been really poor, and they're really leggy, and I mean these ones, they've germinated eventually, but they're just very weak and not good, and this was the tray where they wasn't soaked and the germination is absolutely pathetic. So I sowed those, and about a week later I sowed my Sarah Raven sweet peas in the same manner, although I didn't soak them, but they're all in newspaper pots, and the germination was absolutely fantastic. You can see the difference, the health of the plants, and these ones have been sat in the cold greenhouse for a week, because I did have them on the sunny windowsill in the house to germinate, and then once they got going really well, I've brought them out into the cold greenhouse, you know, just so they don't get too leggy. They'll be ready for pinching out soon. And then these I've given the opportunity in the sunshine, in the warmth of the windowsill, to get going. So they've had plenty of light, they've not been restricted, and they're just piddly and terrible. So I'm going to pinch them out. But I mean, is this a case of quality seed that's grown in a different manner over not so good seed? I mean, I got these from a good reputable garden centre. You know, you'd expect quality seeds, but the germination was rubbish. Yeah, so last year I wasn't impressed with the germination. I thought it was because I didn't know what I was doing, but clearly it's the seeds and the quality of them. So this is a massive thumbs up for Sarah Raven and her seeds, because everything else was done the same way. The same compost, which is Jack's Magic, the same newspaper rolls, the same windowsill. So the conditions were all the same. The only difference was the seeds. Yeah, so again, it's down to quality of seed as to what you get. Let me know how your sweet peas have germinated, and if you've noticed the difference between different seed companies. It'd be really interesting to know. Like I say, these are nearly ready for pinching out, I think, to make them branch out. I'm going to definitely pinch these and see if it helps. What I might do is empty the ones that haven't germinated out, find the seeds. I might take them indoors and see if I can chip them on some newspaper and just see if they'll go that way. If not, that's it, they'll be going in the compost. But yeah, really disappointed. I've waited and waited and not a lot's shown up. So I just really wanted to tell you about that and see what your thoughts are and how your sweet peas are getting on. Whilst I'm not able to do a great deal, these are things that I can sort of come out the house and have a quick look in the greenhouse. I'm able to walk about now, just about, although this morning it was debatable, but I had no choice because I'm on my own. I've got no help with the kids today. Are these the flower sprouts? Yeah, these are the flower sprouts that I potted on last time. And they're happy enough. It's been really cold in the greenhouse, so they're doing well. And today we've been told that we're expecting snow in the next week again, so I'm assuming temperatures are going to go. My red onions aren't getting on very well. It's a bit disappointing. But one thing I did want to show you is, I was going to tell you about the Comfrey root cuttings I did. Just let me move this out of the way, 1 second. So I took the Comfrey root cuttings, and it does look like nothing's happening, but if I just show you with this one, as you can see, within a few weeks it's got this really nice strong root. So I'm just going to gently pop that back in. I just wanted to show you, for those that might be curious, you know, how quick a strong root can establish. So I'm really chuffed. In a few weeks' time, we should hopefully have some nice established comfrey plants there. Because I now definitely need to be doing chop and drop and things like that, I've been doing some research into living mulches. Let me turn you around. Yeah, so I've been researching you know, more about permaculture and living mulches. And I didn't realise that mint can be used as a living mulch. It's actually really good. It draws up quite a lot of minerals, and as you know, if it's left unpotted, it will run on. But I thought, well, do you know what? If it's going to be a prolific grower for a chop and drop crop, that's another one I can add into my borders around the beds. So if I grow ribbons of living mulches, I can chop and drop all season. So basically what that means is you chop the leaves off and you drop them on the ground to smother the weeds, but they also rot down and give back those vital nutrients that they've drawn up. Now, a good example is obviously comfrey, which we know. Borage, you can, as well as eating it and using the flowers, you can also use that as a chop and drop. And mint. So I think this is the way forward for this year. It's definitely going to be growing those plants. So I'm going to be doing some mint, borage and comfrey all along the beds so I can chop and drop. Also, I've been in touch with the rabbit rescue lady, who I got some things from last year. So as rabbit and guinea pig bedding manure is actually a cold compostable, so it's not like your horse manure where it's high in ammonia. It's actually fine to put straight down on the ground. So what I'm going to be doing is grabbing some of those at the end of the week. So he's going to have some bedding bagged up for me, and I'm going to start building those beds with the rabbit bedding and manure that I can get from her, and also be taking up some of the guinea pig bedding that I've got at home. It's really high in nutrients, so it's very good, and I thought it would be good for a builder bed, because obviously if I was to get hold of some manure, if I was to get hold of some manure, it'd have to rot down for a year. So in order for me to be able to crack on this year, I think that's going to be one of my better options. But yeah, so I've been looking into, right, that's it, I can't do what I've been doing, how can I progress forward? So it is going to be very much a case of adapting everything. So I've got loads of good ideas. It's not going to stop me having this setback. It's not going to stop me from doing what I'm doing. It's just going to change the way I am doing it. But yeah, I know lots of people do no dig, but there is things like financial constraints, and you've got to set it up in the first place, which does require quite a lot of work, and I still have to be very, very careful not to keep injuring myself, because it's knocking me out for a week and then I can't function as a normal human being for a week, which is really frustrating when I've got the kids to look after. It's really difficult. Sorry, my phone. Oh, really sorry about that. My phone won't turn off. I'll just quickly give you an update of what's growing and what's not growing. So these are the first peppers that I actually sowed, but they've taken a while because they've been in a colder area. They're Californian Wonder, and as you can see, look, we've got a nice little first true leaf there. These are the Cape Gooseberry. Do you remember I sowed those? And they are just starting to peek over. Again, I've used food bags as cloches, just to retain a bit of heat and moisture. And as you can see, look, just here and here we've got some life. The borage have come up really strong plants. They remind me, their seed leaves are a little bit like courgettes, and if you can see, they're quite furry. Yeah, good germination on those, so really pleased with that. So they're for my living mulch. Again, I've actually sowed some more seed for these because I've decided to do the living mulch. And these are the radishes, which are getting away quite nicely now. I just wish it was going to warm up so I could do more. So I'm trying to decide what to do about sowing more seed. Let's have a look at the other things on the windowsill. That's some cress. That's gone nicely. I best do myself some eggs and have an egg and cress sarnie, haven't I? And that's that broccoli rabe. Really got to do something with the rest of those. I didn't really expect so many. Yes, I'm really trying to decide when I should be sowing my tomatoes. I just really can't sort of decide whether I should be getting on with it or not, really. Sorry, I got a bit close to you all then, up close and personal. I did get some seeds, tomato seeds, with the Grow Your Own magazine. I'm just going through to my dining room. Yeah, I got some more tomato seeds, so even though I've already got a load, I got these beauties with Grow Your Own magazine. Shall we have a look at what we got? So I'm sure many of you have brought the Grow Your Own magazine. Excuse Manny, he's singing to me, bless him. So with that, this for March is you got the Sweet Basil, Gardener's Delight, Moneymaker, Red Pear and Red Cherry. So I am going to do a couple of each of these. But yeah, because we're expecting these cold weather, I'm still hanging on. But I'm itching to get them started. I don't want to do them too late, but I'm aware that they will catch up anyway. How many people have sown their tomato seeds and whereabouts in the country are you? I'm up North Lincolnshire and we're still getting hard frosts and low temperatures. I don't think we're getting much above, well, 4 or 5 degrees in the daytime. Well, if we are, once the wind blows it's freezing. So yeah, we're still getting quite a lot of cold weather during the daytime. Even though the windowsills get nice and warm when the sun's shining, we haven't had much of that. I'm hanging on. You'll excuse my gluing and sticking it. Obviously I home educate Joshua, so we've been busy working today. It's another thing that I have to fit in my daytime is to get him motivated. So that's his English. We've actually been doing plant and nutrition today. So these are all his work files. Obviously Joshua's 12, so we would be in Key Stage 3. So we do quite a lot of work. So today, look, I'll show you some of the work he's been doing. We've been actually doing about plants and photosynthesis, in case any of you was interested in what kind of things we do. So we've been looking at what plants need to live and the nutrients. Joshua's asked me about hydroponics, so I said we'll do the basic work and then he can look into hydroponics and maybe set his own little system up. If anyone else is home educating, these books are amazing. I'll just throw it in there for you. Absolutely fantastic. These have all the questions you need. So I don't have to constantly lay out the questions. This is pretty much what the schools work from as well. So it's on par with the Key Stage requirements. But as well as obviously doing my own thing, I do have to make the time to make sure Joshua's getting his education done as well. And it can be quite hard to motivate Joshua, and because his autism is the type where he is demand avoidant, he doesn't like demand on him. So it can be very tricky, but we're getting there. As soon as he shows an interest in something, I find the relative work that goes with it. If any of you have done hydroponics, I'd be curious if you could let me a link maybe in the comments for me to have a look at it, because I don't know what I'm doing really with it, but if I can maybe show Joshua then some of the systems that are set up in place and what's going to go into doing it, that would be fantastic. Bless these dogs. Are you singing to everyone, Manny? Are you? Oh, hello. Are you singing? Are you singing? Say hi. Are you saying hi? Oh yeah, here comes Cara, Mummy, look. There's Cara, Mummy. You see, I have these bonkers dogs to put up with as well. And they're frustrated because I can't walk them at the moment because they just pull too much. so it hurts my back even more, so they're a bit frustrated. So things I can actually be sowing right now are, even though I've got the broad beans growing that I overwintered, I have bought some Bunyards exhibition, so I'm going to set those off maybe later on today, see how I feel. I've got some spinach here, so this is Amelia F1, so I'm going to sow those. They say disease tolerant. I actually bought these to set off later on in the year, last year, and to overwinter them, and I absolutely forgot and I lost the seeds, and they turned up in a pouch in the car. Don't know how they got there. I'm going to set some beetroot off shortly under glass and get that started in modules, and with the beetroot I'll be doing multiple sowings, so I'll be sowing maybe three seeds together. And I forgot to tell everybody, my chamomile seeds had come through the post. I think it's going to focus. There we are. So I'm going to be growing some more herbs this year. So these are chamomile, so they can be started off. And I've also got some flowers. So I've got some antirrhinums just from my pots in the garden. And Joshua chose these, which are the black pansies. He likes black or velvety coloured flowers. He's also got a canna lily started that he chose. He's not keen on gardening, but a few things he likes to choose to look at, so I'll let him do that. So yes, I'm down, but I'm not defeated, and I will always be able to get a little bit of sowing done here and there. So they're the things that I can be sowing, that I don't really need to worry about the weather too much. I think the only thing I need to think about is the space. So there you are, folks. It's been a bit of a mixed bag, this video. I do apologise. It's a little bit disjointed and there's quite a bit of clutter in there. You'll have to forgive me. I've not been doing the housework as I've been unable. Right, so yes, I'm down but I'm not out. There are things I can still potter on with in between resting, so I intend to do that. I just really wanted to show you the sweet peas and the difference in quality and everything else. So it's good to be mindful of where we're getting our seeds from, I think, and the quality of them. And I think that's about it. Any comments, any advice, please feel free to pop in the comments below and share some links of things that you think we might find interesting. Let me know how you're all getting on, what seeds you're sowing. Are you waiting for that weather to turn, or are you going to chance it? Let us know, and I will hopefully be back real soon with more updates. Hopefully I'll be back on the plot soon. I've got withdrawal symptoms, but for now it's goodbye, and I'll catch you all again real soon. See you later.